Hi, everybody. I wanted to get on today and talk a little bit about some of the things I've learned about to heal your body. As I've mentioned before, I'm in the middle of a 100-day Ayurveda training course, and it is, what's happening? It's similar to Ayurveda, which is the science of the knowledge of life, but Ayurveda is the science of success. And basically, there are ancient secrets that go way back in the lineage of Buddha's physician, and it talks about that dis-ease, a body that is not at ease, begins in the gut, in the stomach, and in the mind. And also with the teachings that I've studied for the past 12 years of the science of mental physics, they're also ancient teachings from Tibet, and it talks about right thought and right understanding, because whatever the creator is, we are that in human form. And our bodies have so much ability. I mean, the creator is us. We are source, God, the universe, whatever you call it, expressing as our individual unique selves. And our bodies are magnificent machines that can heal if they're given the right conditions. I've been through the gamut in my own healing crises, and which caused me to begin to study and understand a lot of different natural practices. So I just wanted to get on here today and talk a little bit about food as medicine, because in this country, I mean, what we have all come to believe is food, these packaged, pre-processed things, is not actually food. It's chemical, synthetic, I don't know what. And what I'm learning about in Ayurveda is that the doctors were talking yesterday about we are unable, like when we use a microwave, for example, we destroy the energetic signature of the nutrition of the items that we're putting in our body. And that's the same thing for this packaged, processed crap that is not food, that is not serving us. Hi, Mindy. So I'm talking about the Ayurveda stuff. We're learning about food as medicine because it's so important. It is so important. And it's taken me like 30 years to just get a grasp on how this all works. So I'm going to give you some very practical suggestions of things you can change right now, just immediately, to help yourself in your own health. So the foods to avoid are, and we've heard this, probably it's gotten more popular in the last, 5 years, something like that, as we begin to grow wiser in our understanding of natural food and natural medicine and how our bodies are nature and how they work and all that kind of thing. I think people are sick and tired of being sick and tired, quite frankly. I know that when I was going through that, it's just not a fun way to live. It sucks to go through illnesses and things, but there are many lessons that come with it. Hopefully, one of which is developing better health practices. Once we know better, we can do better. Okay, so the foods to avoid: wheat, dairy, gluten, glue. It's like glue in the body. Cakes and pancakes, as I mentioned, dairy, peanut butter, and tomatoes. All these foods create in the body, like toxins in the body. So there's lots of things you can replace it with. And it took me a while to figure this out as well. And some of the baking I have done, I mean, I had like a $30 loaf of bread because I tried all these different types of flours, and it was just a solid rock. But I've learned over the years, almond flour is really good, but it's a little bit grainy. Chickpea flour is very awesome. It's light and fluffy. Coconut flour is good, has a little coconutty taste. The best is to blend them all together and try using those instead of white refined flour and white refined sugar. Like, all this stuff actually does not have any energetic signature that we can utilize for the health and healing of our body. So what we want to do is just make these, slight shifts, one, in our thinking, to begin to understand and begin to just try on the concept that we do have the capability, our bodies have the capability to heal whatever ails us, but we do have to give it the right conditions. Food is huge. And also if our digestion isn't working properly, then that actually causes so many other problems. I mean, what goes in must come out. It's just a fact of life. Our system has to be moving for health to be present. So we want to eat foods that do not clog up, like gluten or wheat, which has been so modified and chemicalized over the years that it's really, there's really nothing left of the way that it used to be, as a grain that was something that we could utilize in our body. So you can replace wheat with millet, buckwheat, spelt, corn, quinoa. There's all these different things that you can replace wheat with. Bread, you can do rye or spelt bread or seed bread. That's very good. It's awesome toasted. If you've never tried it, just takes a little bit of switching over from, like, being used to the white refined flour and stuff like that, that you may not even realize that is the culprit of a lot of things, not only stomach issues, but like joint pain or brain fog or any number of conditions that can be created with the food that you're putting in your body. Don't be hard on yourself, because it took years and years of programming everybody to be buying all this stuff that's packaged and processed in, in shiny, luring packaging to get us to believe that it's food, but it isn't. So as you begin to feed yourself the proper food, I just thought of something that's interesting. In other countries, like in India, let's say, I think it's mac and cheese or Cheetos, things like that, that have this orange food coloring. In the United States, we use like the red and yellow dyes, even though we know that it's horrible for people. And it's a known neurotoxin. It's horrible for people's brains. And yet in this country, we continue to use that to put in our food substances, where in other countries they use turmeric, which is actually an herb that can help the body. So this is something that clearly needs to change. And I just have to stop being quiet about the things that I would like to share, that I know about, how to just make these simple changes at home. And as I'm learning, I want to teach others so that I can, get the information stronger inside of myself and also help others as I go. Peanut butter apparently is not a good thing to have. I do love peanut butter, but there are plenty of other nut butters. You could do sunflower butter, which is excellent. Sunflower seed spread. You can do almond butter, which is it's definitely better than peanut butter. You don't want to have too many nuts or nut butters though. And then tomatoes, I'm still learning about why those are bad. Mariah, I see you on there, and I know that you told me about the lectins. Is that what it is that's in the salsa and stuff in tomatoes? So you can replace those with raw or roasted red peppers, carrot juice, mango powder, or kokum, which I've been learning about and using in my mung bean soup. It's dried jungle plum. It's interesting. You could use dried pomegranate seeds and pesto or white sauce. So there's a lot of other things that you can use to replace the stuff that just isn't working. Mindy, the FDA isn't strict enough. Well, I don't want to get started on that. Not strict. There's like a whole system that's existing to create, the problems and then offer the cure, all of which makes money for someone. I don't know who, but it's always wise to follow the money and to see who's profiting from the systems that are in place. That points us to, to what needs to change. So let's see here. I want to see if there's anything else I can share before I go. Eat lots of veggies. We know that it should be about 60% of your plate. Eat warm and soupy, fresh and cooked foods rather than cold, stale, canned, or raw foods. I love vegetables, and I was eating a lot of salads and things, but I am finding now through the Ayurveda training that for my constitution, which is Vata, which it really is like learning another language. It is seriously learning an entirely new language, but it's exciting and I'm learning so much. And as I'm applying these practices into my own life, I'm feeling better and better. every day in every way. It's amazing. And then if I don't do it and I eat something crappy, I definitely feel that as well. So it's good to develop your own distinctions in your own body, so you know what foods work for you and what foods don't, so that you can take care of yourself and be empowered in your own healing. I'm just looking over here. Oh yeah, Dr. Gundry, he lives by me, and a lot of my friends are his actual patients, and they have had tremendous change in their life doing his suggestions about diet. Ooh, Nutella, really? My daughter's going to love that. I'm freezing. I wish I would have put a heater in here. It's like colder inside my house than it is outside. Yeah, salad with no cheese. Oh, that's the other thing. I mean, I come from Norwegian background. We love cheese, but I have pretty much let that go, other than a little goat cheese here and there. And I do feel a lot better. My system flows a lot better. Purple pineapple. What? Yeah. Huh. Purple pineapple. Is that like a genetically modified pineapple or a real thing? So guys, let's see, what else can I tell you? As I've talked about before, the magical, magnificent mung bean soup. Mung beans are high in lentils. Well, they're lentils, they're green lentils. They're high in protein, like almost higher than a lot of meat in protein. And they are tridoshic. So in the Ayurvedic and Siddhavedic practice, everyone has a dosha, vata, pitta, or kapha. So they're elements of nature. So we have these different elements within us, and just like we're all unique as individuals in our talents, our skills, our experience, the things we've been through, our body types are different. We require different fuel and different pieces of nature to help us activate our highest potential. So for me, I'm finding, rather than all the raw stuff, the warm cooked foods is very helpful. And gosh, I feel so much better. And doing I've loved massage my whole life, but doing the warm oil massage just on myself before bed or in the morning before my shower has been super awesome and life-changing. Let's see. All right, guys, I think I need to get going here, and I will come back again when I am inspired to share some more stuff that I've been learning in this amazing course put on by Dr. Clint G. Rogers. Of course, I have his book right here because it's nearby, because I've been studying this stuff and it's awesome. And then we have this whole herbal packet that we were given that talks all about the individual herbs. I mean, things you have in your kitchen that you can use for just about anything that you would want to balance out in your life. I love you too, Mindy. I love you too, Mariah. Oh, laying out in the Florida sunshine. That sounds nice. I'm freezing. And I live in the desert. It's weird. It's been like super hot and then really cold the next day and then really hot. Good thing I'm flexible and adaptable and balanced with my Siddhavedic practices. Actually, I've been sad the last couple of weeks, but that's okay too. I'm learning that, life is all about balance. And if we're always happy and go, go, go and all that, pretty soon we have to, let that other side come out and be released whenever it comes up. I'm learning that finally at this age. I'm learning to just let my emotions be okay, whatever they are, not needing to show up any particular way, except that the way that I am in the moment, right? And what else is there to do? All right, girls, I got to go sit out in the California sunshine. I love you both so much. Thanks for hopping on and chit-chatting with me. And yeah, it has been a tough month. I think a lot of people are feeling it. There's a lot of collective stress going on, which is why I feel called to come on here and teach some of these little things we can do. I mean, just breathing. Let's take a deep breath together in through the nose. And exhaling with a sigh. Just even doing that a couple times. Let's do it one more time if you're still on with me. and letting your shoulders drop and just completely relaxing. Oh my gosh, it helps so much just to do that. All right, girls, I think I've been on here a long time. Love you both so much. Today's the last day of February. It is. So tomorrow's the first, brand new beginnings. Let's pick something that, like a new practice we could start tomorrow, that's just something easy. I've been doing the warm water in the morning, which is a really simple thing that's super helpful to get the digestive fires activated. Also, ginger water is helpful for digestion and weight loss, and just keeping the system, the digestive fire going. Ginger kind of stokes the fire. So been sipping on warm ginger water throughout the day, which is super helpful too. Okay, for sure. Now I'm gonna go.